All right, we're back at it today. We are going to step on pecans and clean the Buick. I can't wait. I think this thing is going to turn out great. But first, we have to fix the garden hose because, well, I ran it over with the lawnmower yesterday. So, let's see, does it leak? As it blows up in my face. Huh, not too bad. I think we'll take it. This car might not look that bad, but when I'm telling you, this paint is rough. It's really, really rough. We're gonna go ahead and use some Brillo pads. Yes, it will probably dull the paint a little bit, but it will also probably get out all this junk. Obviously, it's not gonna get rid of the red. That's down below. Might even feather that out a little bit, keep it from flaking even worse. I don't know. It'll definitely shine off the chrome and the bumpers. Olivia is very excited to help. Yeah, and we're gonna buff it later anyways. So if we put some little scratches in it with this, do not do this to a car with nice paint. Don't. Do it to something with worn paint that's really rough. And it doesn't look too bad right there, but it's not good. It's really not good. So let's go ahead and see what we can do to this.
Yeah. Olivia, are you ready to clean the car? Are you gonna wash Daddy's car? You don't wanna wash the car. Child labor laws, huh? Yeah, kick it away. Kick it. Yeah, get it out of here. Ugh, gross.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, see? I'll do it down the drain. We're gonna test back here, right by the bumper. I don't know if you can see all that. There's a little bit of rust starting, and the paint is just absolutely baked. So we're gonna see what happens. All right, we'll give it a rinse, and we'll give it a quick dry, see what it looks like.
Get close in there.
Yeah, get it close up. Here, let me get a close up of this. Hello.
My sack of potatoes.
All right, let's see if it looks any better. Well, there is not a lot of paint on this car because it rubbed right through to that red clear coat. So what I think that means is that we're just gonna have to buff this car. I think that any bit of abrasion to the paint is gonna do that all over. You can't see us a little bit. You know, is it clearer than up there? No, it's definitely a little hazy from the abrasiveness, but I'll tell you what, it feels a lot smoother. We'll just try to buffer a little bit. Well, let's see what happens if we just throw a pad and some compound on here and see if we get better results that way. That's the only thing I can think to do. So let's see what happens. So we're gonna do up here the buffer and see if we like the results better than what we saw back there. And the answer might be no. I have no idea. We'll find out. Also, not a professional buffer here, guys. Well, this, I don't know, some professionals might use this one, but I'm saying I am not. I've got some decent results out of stuff, but black's hard. We'll see how hard it really is, I guess. It's not like life-changing. Well, maybe it is. That's not too bad compared to up there. Oh, I think we'll take it. All right, compared to, you know, this back here. Oh yeah, there you go. You can almost, can we read the bottle? Just about. Yeah. There you go. There's a, well, this is probably worse than before and after. Harbor Freight McGuire's compound on a Harbor Freight buffer with a Harbor Freight buffing wheel. Now that we're not washing it, let's get it in the carport. I washed this car a few days ago. I should probably wash it again and clay it. We're not going to. We're gonna buff it with this compound, and then if we really feel like we need to, maybe we'll hit the spots that we see with like a polish, but we'll see if we get that far. This is a cheap car, guys. Just go have fun with it. Don't need to worry about getting it perfect. Just get it looking better. Alrighty, we got the Buick pulled inside here, and we're gonna go ahead and buff this thing. I'm actually gonna time lapse with my security camera. wherever it is over here. We're gonna try to use that, see how that does. It's decent quality, it's good enough. Yeah, I just want to listen to some music. My phone's been struggling lately, doing long videos, and so we'll time lapse it. I'll gotta show you some progress along the way, and hopefully that gives a nice little time lapse of what's going on. Let's get onto this roof. It is rough, a rough roof. I want to start this off first by saying, what music do you listen to when you do things like this? You know, obviously I can't show you what I listen to, then I'll get copyrighted. But it's all over the spectrum. I mean, all of it, except hip hop, rap, not really my thing. There's some that I get into, but not all of it. But everything else is on the table. But check this out. Talk about a difference. Holy cow. We are going to use a lot of compound, and we're going to have to clean this probably about 10 times to do the roof. Good night. I mean, come on. If we can get the rest of the car looking half that good, this is going to be one cool little ride. Hopefully, the rest of it follows suit. I guess we'll have to see. Also, this probably won't get done tonight, unless I stay out here till midnight. And it's, what, 8:30? I don't know. We'll see. You guys will watch. The lights have come on. It's party time. Let's get this done. I'm no professional, like, in the slightest. Remember, I'm just some IT guy out here messing around in the dark. Check this out. Like I said, not a professional. There's still junk on here, still a little hazy, but is that not the biggest difference? That looks so much better. If the car can look half as good as that all over, I think this is going to be an absolute win. I'm going to need another buffing pad. I am eating through this one. I already buffed something with it, probably the Lincoln, and it's tired. It is a Harbor Freight buffing pad, but it's done well so far. So I'm going to move on to the trunk. Maybe I can just do the flat tops today with that, like the first time. And then I can go get some new buffing pads and kind of do it again and clean it up after that. And we are using like the heavy cut compound here, compound 100 from Harbor Freight. Is it the right thing? I don't know. It seems to be working all right. Just testing an inconspicuous spot, and what's the worst that can happen? We're gonna keep at it, listen to some more music, get this thing done. Hopefully the camera up there is picking us up. I don't know, I guess we'll find out. I went back to look and see how long that video was. 0 seconds. 0 seconds long. That's how long the video is. So we did not get any time lapse. It is what it is, guys. Just, we're gonna have to deal. Now, I will say, we can still get a time lapse to the hood, which is rough. All right, I'm sure you saw in the time lapse that I put some tape down the middle. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like. All righty, you ready? Painter's tape peeled up some of the paint. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't get much more night and day than that. That is intense. Note to self, do not put any more tape on the car. I'm glad that's right in the middle of the hood there, and not symmetrical at all. So, super. You live and you learn. You think painter's tape is going to be the most safe of all the tapes that you'd use. Apparently, they didn't paint this car very well when they resprayed it, because that should not happen. Not that you already don't know that. All right, well, I mean, look at these results. Even with that goofy stripe down the middle of the red paint, I am pleased with these results. It's good. We'll leave it at that. So let's see how good we can make the rest of the car. All right, it's getting a little late. Look at how good this thing is. I cannot get over it. I know I've probably said that 3 or 4 times now, but seriously, this thing is, I mean, I expected it to turn out, but not quite this good. And it's not perfect, but, you know, we got our new big red spot in the hood. That wasn't there before. But, I mean, come on. For a single stage polish, this thing is looking good. So I think what I'm going to do, you can see all this kind of haziness still on the hood. I think I'm gonna hit the hood and the trunk at least, maybe just down the fenders. The side of the car really wasn't that bad, but I'm gonna hit the hood, the trunk, maybe the roof with the white pad I got here that's mostly clean. Harbor Freight, McGuire's. I just opened it up, brand new bottle. Restore glistening new paint shine. What do you think? Can we get this looking new? I guess we'll see. I started doing touch-up stuff with the drill and the mini buffers because I've cooked both of these pads. So this is the medium green one, and then the blue one flew off too. It's underneath the car down there. We're done with those tonight, so we're gonna, and honestly, it looks good. I still have to do this side over here. You know, it's definitely still hazy. You can see the difference. The side of the car really isn't that bad. So I think just a single stage on the side, trimmed down at least, will be plenty fine. But we're gonna go ahead and try to touch up the top of the car because, well, we can. Not really much else we could do. I'm going to pull off the wheels and paint them. The paint's in the car. We need to put the dash back on, even if we don't get the lights working, just because I'm tired of looking at the 60s blue plastic. And then we're gonna do the package tray as well because that is also toast. So that's just a couple little things we're gonna do real quick just to clean this thing up. Let's make it look good. Well, here we are, next day. Looking pretty good still. Not perfect, you know, not gonna win any show car, nothing like that, but it looks good. Now the side, I haven't done the side yet. You see a little more dull down there. But what we are gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get this car's wheels off. We are going to repaint the wheels. So I got red paint. We're gonna take them off. Just do a little scratch and spray. Make this thing look more of a, dare I say, purpose-built cruiser rather than like Papa's old Buick. You know, nothing wrong with driving Papa's old Buick, but not my style. So easy enough to change the wheels back to black. $7, $8, whatever spray paint costs. So pop these off. It's a beautiful day outside, so we're gonna be able to spray these outside. It'll be nice. We'll have to do it inside. Trying to get this done before lunchtime is over. It's taken a while. Gonna have to eat lunch at my desk, I think. We just got our, you know, our basic set of cards here, and we're going to put them around the wheel. And I put some tape on it just to try to hold them together. It is a little bit windy out today, but we're just gonna do the rest of the 3 wheels. Then we're gonna throw down some primer, and then hopefully at least 1 coat of the actual red before I have to go back in. The card trick only worked on 1 of the 4 wheels. Turns out 1 of the 4 wheels is different tires. 185 80s versus 185 75s. So I think there's just a little bit more tire there to get the cards to stick. So I had to tape up the rest all the way around. I'm gonna go grab some trash bags, cut them up, tape them around the side. You know, overspray, it doesn't look good. We're gonna try to keep it as minimum as we can here. Might even cut open a couple trash bags, lay down in the grass so we can paint and not have red rings in the grass. I gotta go back into work for now. I'll come back out later when I'm done, get this squared up, and maybe I'll even just come out throughout the day and just touch it up and get done, so that maybe tonight we can go to a little car cruise a couple towns over and maybe even take the Buick. But I got a lot of work to do before then, so both on the Buick and at work, so I guess we'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. Alrighty, we've got them painted white. They're looking pretty good. They weren't like rough to begin with or anything. There's a couple rough spots, but I'm not concerned. They'll look just fine on the car. But here's the red we're going with. Rust-Oleum Sunrise Red. Big gloss. I think that's gonna look the best. I didn't want to do a matte wheel. See what it looks like. And again, like I said, worst case we don't like it. A couple cans of spray paint, some tape. Try again. Well, not to toot my own horn here, but I think these are looking so good. Again, not perfect, but I think they're gonna look really good up on that Buick compared to the, you know, flat black that was there. And again, I'm going to try to find some dog dish caps for these. I posted in the Buick page today. We'll see what they come up with. Everyone says, well, you can find them. Well, yeah, but I don't want to spend $100 on some caps. We'll see what we end up buying for this. I know there's a set of Corvair caps that are pretty cheap, so maybe we'll run Corvair caps. They're a little bit more dome too. They don't have as much texture to them. I might get those ordered up, and maybe they'll be out here by next week. We'll see. Well, all these tape jobs took 2 hands to get off, but look how good that looks. Is it perfect? No. You can see there's some red on the tire, and can you see the texture in that wheel? Definitely some texture there. But we're gonna call this a win. And here, maybe I can do this one-handed. Do the reveal. Oh, don't do that. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. The cards worked. All right, well, I'm gonna move these up to the front. They'll get a little bit of sun up there. Maybe they'll dry faster. And all we have to do is peel the valve stems and mount them up, and then drive on them way too early. Budget makeover completed. Just some buffing of the paint, painting the wheels. That's it. Vacuum the interior, clean that up. I did that too. But check it out. I cannot wait to get the hubcaps on here. But I just dig the red wheels. I mean, that paint. It's not perfect. Remember, guys, there's still, there's still some stuff in there. I just think it gives it more of a purpose-built look, like I said earlier, as opposed to driving, your aunt's old Buick. We're gonna roll with this for a while, see what we think, and yeah, we're gonna go fill her up and hit a little cruising. It's about that time, so the wheels are still not all the way dry, but it is what it is. You can't wait for everything to be totally perfect. Maybe some of you guys are swearing at me for driving some, maybe slightly tacky wheels, but like I said, it's spray paint. Nothing a little sandpaper, another rattle can can't fix. So we're gonna go enjoy it on this beautiful Friday afternoon. All right. Hey guys, I think the last time I left you here was Friday night. We were getting ready to go to a car show, a little cruise in. I didn't get any filming at any car show that I went to. We went to a couple. I'd rather talk to guys than film. I need to change that, I guess, if I'm going to start doing this. But anyways, just wanted to give you guys a little update. I probably put 250 miles on the car over the weekend since Friday. Now it's Tuesday evening. We've driven it. We've shook it down for real. Really seems to be no issues, except for the fact that it has developed a little bit of an oil leak. I haven't diagnosed it in the slightest, but this is just from last night. So, she's leaking a little bit of oil. It happens. It's an old car. So, we're going to go ahead and just change the oil, get it up here on the ramps. Maybe we'll see if we can diagnose what the oil leak is. Maybe we're lucky and it's just an oil filter, but that's not going to be it. As we got this thing up on the ramps, looks like Jeanette is coming home. There she is. You can't see her. Dancing in the car, as always. But we got the car up on ramps. I'm going to go ahead and take a second to remind you / myself what I've done, because it's been a minute. And first of all, I put the air cleaner on, shook that out, got all the junk out of it. But I also put in a Ford truck fan. This came on the motor that is currently in the 59 Edsel. I read online that pulls more fan than the stock fan, and it definitely pulls more than this fan. So we took this off. Ford fan bolts right up, no clearance issues at all. And I also tuned the carb. Just richened it up a little bit, kicked the idle speed up a hair. No longer does this car get hot in traffic. At least that I've seen yet. Now, I said we did about 250 miles in this car. Almost all those were highway. It wasn't getting hot on the highway. That was never the problem. I got paint and some other stuff for inside the house. It did not get hot in traffic at 5:30 p.m. On a regular day. I'm gonna count that as a win. But we still have this oil leak, which you'll be able to see down here. I'll show you in a minute. It's pretty wet on this side down in there. I don't know if you can see it glisten right there. We're gonna go ahead and get this oil just dropped, probably go in, have dinner, and then we'll change it out later. How's that sound?
Good.
What do you think?
You hungry?
Yeah, a little camera shy, sweaty hair.
Yikes.
Alrighty. All right. Well, awesome. Well, we'll see you guys later. Olivia's probably gonna go and go to bed, so you won't see her later. All right, we're getting this squared up. Let me grab my hat. Tightened a couple things underneath. There's an oil pressure sender, like where the clear cable comes in, goes to the back of your dash, leaks, that thing. Tighten that up. It looks like the leak might have been coming from there. Not entirely sure, but we're gonna tighten it up anyway, see what's going on. I threw a filter on there, just whatever I could get at Advanced last night on short notice. Ideally it'd be a Wix. It's not. We're gonna go ahead and throw some of this 1540 diesel oil in here. If it's good enough for vice grip, it's good enough for us. We're gonna add a couple additives, but not because we have any problems or anything like that. So we have hubcaps. Let's go ahead and get these on the car. Hopefully they fit. I think they should, but I thought the other set that I bought would also fit. So I don't know. All right, here we go. So we got, now these are not Buick hubcaps. The Buick hubcaps, they have a lot of texture to them. Like they're not just like smoothies. I wanted to go with a smoothie look here. And these package pretty well. I feel like will give me that look. There we go. You see us in there? These are Chevy Corvair hubcaps. And we are about to see if they fit. They're nice driver quality. Got a little ding here or there. I believe the whole set is like that, but we can go ahead and probably polish these up too, get a little bit more of a shine out of those. They look like they just washed them. But let me get my stand way over there, over here. See if we can get these on here. All right. Moment of truth here, I guess. From what I know, the Corvair uses the same lug pattern. They also came with 13-inch wheels. I measured from here to here, roughly 9.5 inches. This is 9.5 inches. It should fit. And I'll be the first one to tell you that I'm no good at putting hubcaps on, so just go ahead and ignore how I'm assuming rough this will go. But let's see if they fit. And right about here, you can see that I realized this might not work. I'm bad at putting on hubcaps, but I mean, come on. This is a lot of effort to try to get these to fit. For whatever reason, GM did not share wheels between Buick and Chevy. Nothing seems to fit. I have no idea why. I guess if I want hubcaps, I'm going to have to find Buick hubcaps. So let's just forget about that right now and move on to something a lot more fun. We are on our way, not right now, but we're going to place some musical cars, as I like to call it. And that will give us space to bring the Edsel down. But more importantly, that's going to give us, it's not going to give us, but we are going to drop this thing off at the exhaust shop. It's just a single pipe, nothing crazy. I'm not trying to be the loudest car on the block here with this. And it is a little too loud right now because there's no muffler. So we're going to have a muffler installed. I don't know what muffler, I don't know what tip they're going to do, if anything. I still want to stick this to kind of budget. I've let the shop know that. They're aware. So we'll see what they come up with. You guys will know, shortly after I do, but I'm not going to know any sooner. I'm not planning nothing with them or anything. I just said, make it sound good, sound like a V8. I don't want it to be as loud as a squatted truck. And they said, all right, we'll do it. Hey guys, here we are at the muffler shop next to the road. Hopefully it's not too loud. But I'm gonna go ahead and film a very quick before exhaust clip. I've actually never filmed an exhaust clip like this before, so we'll see how it goes. I got my brother-in-law here. He's gonna hold the phone for me. We'll get this fired up, give it a couple revs, and then we'll do it again when we get back to the house in a few days. Whenever this is done, I don't know. We'll see. It is the next day. We are about to go out and grab this Buick. Waiting for the lift to get here. He should be here any minute now. My phone hasn't stopped buzzing. I don't know what that's about. Haven't used Lyft in a while. Must be some new feature, but well, I think I see him coming up now. All right, guys, got back from the exhaust shop and I dig it. It's not as loud as it was, which is a good thing. It can probably hold a conversation inside the car. But based on what they told me, they did everything from the crossover pipe, collector, whatever you want to call it, back. I'm gonna get on the ground. There we go. Can you see me in the reflection? Yep, there you go. Nice shiny new pipe. Basically a straight pipe all the way back to a muffler somewhere. I think the muffler crosses over in the back. Yep, there's the muffler. Pipe comes down passenger side, crosses over, dumps on the driver's side, and it sounds good. We have the before from last night, and now we're gonna get the after, but I'll show you where the exhaust tip is first. You can see it just kind of pokes out right there. So I like it. I'm not a I'm not a flashy guy, but the red wheels say otherwise. So I don't need a big exhaust tip hanging out, nothing like that. I don't need a car. This gets enough attention just visually. I don't need it audibly to grab any more attention and attract negative attention from, let's say, the neighbors. So this is good. Let's get it in here and see what you think. I think that sounds pretty good. Just a little bit. That transmission in this car, don't know why the transmissions are so loud, but it seems to be a common thing. So you can hear that like whining. That's what that noise is. But man, this exhaust does sound good. Just enough to know it's running, enough to know it's a V8. When you get on it, it gets a little bit louder. And if you want to sneak in or out of somewhere, you might be able to do that. So honestly, I think this is where I'm going to end it for now. I think this is a really good introduction to the Buick. We are just going to touch it up from here on out. We've buffed the paint, but let's clean up the interior. Let's find some hubcaps that actually fit, because those Corvair ones seemingly do not. If you know of any hubcaps that are will fit Buick 13-inch wheels, let me know. I'm interested. Obviously original ones will fit, but they're a little bit more pricey than other hubcaps. So anyways, appreciate it as always, you guys hanging out to the end. And I just want to go ahead and say that you don't have to be a mechanic and you don't have to be rich to get this stuff done. The exhaust was pricier than I anticipated, but I probably could have shopped around and got it cheaper. Oh well. See you guys next time. Thanks.